back with Rocket Riot. I am Hurricane Betsy Barnes here with Dr. Kay Solar, and we are so thankful that our longtime friend Kathy Pickerell has come to tell us about where we want to go and what we want to do and all the good deals for families and couples, because you always have, so I call her and she texts me back, I'm in St. Lucia. Do you need anything? It's like, yeah, I need to be with you in St. Lucia. That's what I need to be.
You could have. I could have fixed you up.
She could have fixed you up, man.
So you've really got some good trips coming up. You got some cruises, some other stuff. Tell people what they need to be doing and where they need to go.
Oh my goodness.
That's a big question.
That's a wide open world.
I mean, we need a chalkboard, right?
That's right. It used to be that if you had a passport, the world was your oyster and it was open to you, and now it's like, where can I go? So that's kind of what we do. We tell people where they can go. In fact, I love telling people where to go and how to get there. But
well, let's talk about a few of the restrictions, too, because there's some things to think about. You can't just have your passport and go. So what is the current travel guidelines? I'm sure it depends on where you're going.
Right. Well, if you want to go international, I don't care.
Get a pencil and a piece of paper. She's going to run down the list.
I don't care where it is. You've got to have a passport, and we're backed up still. So it's taken about 2 months. You don't know how many vacations I've had to cancel, reschedule, because people didn't have their passports, even when they put a rush on it. But some of the things they need to know is other countries have restrictions. Get a travel agent, because that's one of the things that we try to keep up with, and it's always changing. It's a very fluid situation.
Right.
But you got to know where you can go. You know, my own son thought that he was going to go to Canada and do business, and I'm thinking, where have you been?
Right.
They're closed. Their border's still closed.
Right. It's like, what do you mean? I've got a passport. No, I don't think you understand. We need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So know where. One of my agents is in England right now visiting a new grandbaby. She did everything she needed to do, but she's still quarantining for 14 days there.
Wow. And you're going to need a COVID test before you go within 72 hours.
When she gets there, is it still like in some of the countries where you have
in
to
a
quarantine
home
at
or
an
apartment or hotel, but it has to be an approved property. But yeah, you do. And it's self-quarantine, but there's huge fines if you break that quarantine. So
so you have to plan a long vacation.
Yes.
I'd hate to be stuck in another country with great food all by myself for 14 days. Gosh, that would be horrible.
I had a group of doctors who wanted to go to St. Andrews.
Yeah, I would love
the famous golf course in Scotland, and it was for next month, and I went, that's not happening either. So it is important to work with somebody that keeps up with what's going on right now, because we've had to cancel, reschedule an awful lot of things because borders didn't open when they were supposed to.
And when they're having these countries that are having the 14-day quarantine when you're there, is that for vaccinated and unvaccinated?
Yes.
Regardless.
Yes.
So what are the countries that are open that you can go to?
Iceland, if you're fully vaccinated. Greece, Croatia. Those are doing a bang-up job right now in tourism. There's other parts of Europe that are opened. A lot of South America is open. So we've been booking trips to, those countries. Caribbean, mostly, because the Caribbean is open. Most of them require that you have a COVID test before you go. And, of course, everybody coming back into the U.S. has to have one prior to returning.
So you don't have to be vaccinated for some of the places. You just have to have a negative COVID test.
Iceland's one of the countries, though, that has said fully vaccinated within 14 days of arrival. So, and most of them also want this travel authorization form that you have to fill out. It's basically an affidavit saying that you haven't come in contact with anybody with it, and that you're healthy, you're not running a fever, no symptoms, etc. But I've had so many COVID tests, y'all. I mean, because I'm going somewhere.
A hole from your nose to the back of your
it feels
head?
like that chip is implanted in my brain at this point. But I travel almost every month, so that's a lot of tests.
So what are some of the trips that you're booking right now that people need to really consider?
A lot of the Caribbean, Europe in the future. I'm trying to stick with countries that I know are open, because I don't want to have to redo it.
Right.
Mexico, a lot of Central and South America, Costa Rica. I'm booking an awful lot of Costa Rica right now.
I would like to go to Costa Rica. I have not been. I think I would love it.
It's gorgeous. It's just a beautiful place.
Yeah, I have heard that.
A lot of
And so,
ecotourism.
are you booking individual trips or just group trips?
Everything. We book all 7 continents, everywhere in the continental U.S., wherever you can go. That's, and people say, well, now I want you to send me someplace safe. And I have to shake my head and go, I'm not booking any of those countries in and staying. So every place I book is safe.
So are you seeing more people wanting to just travel domestically, or are you seeing the surge come back just like it was before for trying to go international?
It never stopped in the Caribbean, ever. I've watched, 100% of my Europe business just dissipate. They are doing an awful lot of national parks. The problem with that is because that's what's on everybody's radar, it's hard to find availability, especially in the summer months.
Right.
And some of my family resorts, especially if they were in U.S. territories like, the Virgin Islands, for example, I couldn't get anything booked this summer.
Wow.
All gone. Because people didn't need a passport. And somehow they felt more confident, I think, staying in the continental U.S. So, well, you know what I mean.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
over the water. I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Staying on land.
But yeah,
But
it's because it's a U.S. state. They don't have a passport or a U.S. territory. It's made that come back. I'm seeing a surge in Hawaii right now.
really,
Yes, they were locked down so tight for, the longest time until this past spring. And now that it's open, people are wanting
So
to go
what about
there.
destination?
In Alaska.
Oh, a lot of people are
We
going
got
to Alaska.
around the Jones Act that had to stop in Vancouver or in a foreign port, and they've gotten an exemption right now, so they're able to sail from Seattle and just do Alaska.
And there's a lot to do in Alaska.
There is.
So what about destination weddings? Are you booking many of those?
Yes. In fact, I'm going to be planning my own son's really soon, which is very exciting. I know.
And where?
Party.
What's the destination?
Mexico. It's his happy spot. He grew up there. It's quick. It's easy. It's so affordable.
So Cancun, Cozumel, which areas are you?
Riviera Maya, which is south, but I'm also booking a great new area that's 25 minutes north of the airport. One is Playa Mujeres, and the other one is Costa Mujeres. Seeing a surge in travel there. People that don't want to go to Cancun, or they've been to the Riviera Maya maybe, especially in the summer when the whale sharks are migrating, which is a great excursion. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of destination weddings because they didn't get to last year.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And then you had mentioned about a couple of resorts that do cater, and we're going to have you come back and talk more about it, cater to special needs children.
Yes.
Those that are on the spectrum.
Yes.
The autism spectrum.
Yes, I have a niece that is autistic. She's got Asperger's, high functioning, but she has some quirks. And she's kind of proud of those. But Beaches is the only certified resort that deals with children on the spectrum. And yeah, I'd love to talk some more about that because
Sure.
traveling with children with special needs is a whole thing in and of itself.
It is. And so how can people reach you so they can plan a fabulous
Very
trip?
easy. WorldTravelsWithKathy.com online. My Facebook
that's
page.
Kathy with a K.
Kathy with a K. World Travels with an S. On Facebook, either World Travels with Kathy or Kathy Pickerell, or 225-279-0135. So for a good time, call.
We're going to be calling because, we like to have a good time. But thank you so much, Kathy, for being
It's always
with
my
us.
pleasure. It's always fun to talk
We're-
about this.
We're
You can
so
tell
glad
it's a
you could be
passion.
here. And just remember, if you're going to rock it, make
Rock
sure
it,
you rock it right and travel.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little, Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron McMorris. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. Thank you for making our show possible.